Welcome back to the TNT Podcast. Today we're going outside of the USA to uncover this strange cryptid that terrorized France in 1760s. So,
1760.
yeah,
Oh, was it a Bigfoot?
it's not a Bigfoot.
Oh,
Now, I
good.
got a score of 6 on my last one of these, and I kind of want to follow that track. So, we're doing another animal cryptid, and not only that, it's another wolf-like animal cryptid.
Oh, we're gonna go back to another Shunka.
This is better
Ring
than...
Docus, whatever you called him.
Yeah, that thing. Instead, this one's a little scarier than that one.
All right.
There was multiple attacks. The first attack occurred in 1764 in southern France in a territory called Gevaudan.
What?
Can you help me say that? I wrote it. I don't know how to say it. Gevaudan.
It's French.
That is
Gevaudan. Say it. Gevaudan.
that actually it, or you just
Yes.
are you pulling
That's French. Say it. Gevaudan.
Gevaudan?
Gevaudan.
Gevaudan.
Let it roll off your lips. Gevaudan.
Gevaudan.
There you go. Now you got it.
A woman was almost attacked by the creature while she tended to a herd of cattle. The creature attempted to attack her, but the bulls in the herd drove it away twice. She stated that it was, and I quote, wolf-like, but not a wolf.
That narrows it down.
Shortly after that occurred, it killed a 14-year-old girl named Jeanne Boulet. A month later, another 14-year-old girl was killed in a town nearby. It was recorded that they died from, quote, the ferocious beast. So this isn't like
But you don't think it's just a wolf?
It's a wolf, but not like a wolf.
It's a wolf, but not like a wolf.
That's what she said.
I thought she said it was wolf-like, but not a wolf.
Wolf
You
like
just said it's a wolf, but not like a wolf.
it's not a wolf, but it's like a wolf.
Yeah.
Is this that complicated?
You're complicating it. You're changing your story right in the middle of it.
For the remainder of the year, the strange creature attacked and killed men, women, and children who were outdoors alone. Most were attending to livestock. The victims were usually attacked about the head and the neck, around there. Rumors began to circulate that it survived being shot by bullets and even came back from the dead. Another rumor claimed it would walk on its hind legs, but these were all rumors, not confirmed to be true.
I see where this is going. You trying to convince me it's a werewolf. I guess it was a full moon every time he killed somebody, right? They need some silver bullets to kill it.
No,
Saw this coming a mile away.
that's not what I was saying.
Oh, it ain't a werewolf.
No. At this point, King Louis the 15 had had enough and declared that the government would hunt down and kill this animal, whatever it was. Oh, I skipped an entire paragraph of my bad, man, my bad. By the end of the year,
No wonder I'm confused.
Catholic priests were saying that praying to God was the only defense because this animal was created by God to avenge sins 2 weeks later on January 8th, 17... Dude,
What are you doing?
we're having another episode with me. I'm kind of not myself right now.
The priest said this creature...
I know, you're distracting me again.
The priest said this creature sent by God to avenge sins 2 weeks later. That's what you said.
Sorry, you're distracting me over there.
Oh.
By the end of the year, Catholic priests were saying that praying to God was the only defense because this animal was created by God to avenge sins. 2 weeks later, there's a pause there, see? On January 8th, 1765, it attacked an adult and 8 children, but they survived by staying clustered together and facing the beast head on.
Is this a full moon?
Can you stop? At this point, King Louis XV had enough and declared that the government would hunt down and kill this animal. A company of dragoons. I wrote it. I didn't say
I'm a
it.
Civil War historian. You don't even know what a dragoon is.
Dragoon.
It's like mounted infantry.
I know what it is. I just don't know how to say it.
Oh.
They were sent out under Captain Clermont Prince to kill the beast, but despite firing on it a couple occasions, it was unsuccessful.
Lead bullets don't work on werewolves.
It's not a werewolf, man.
Okay.
In February of 1765, King Louis recalled Captain Prince and sent 2 professional hunters with 8 bloodhounds. These dogs had been trained to track wolves. And they hunted wolves in the area, but the attacks continued until the king recalled these men. He next sent his François Antoine François. This is offensive. How do I say this?
What?
François Antoine, his chief guard, to kill the beast.
Oh, talk about pressure. This
Antoine.
dude's got to shoot something to keep his job, right?
He organized.
I'd hate to be a man in a gorilla suit walking by when he showed up. You'd be dead in a minute.
Why would there be a guy just chilling in a gorilla suit?
I'm just saying, if you was, pulling a prank on somebody, and he's been sent there to kill some kind of monster, you're a dead man.
Why would you be pulling that prank with a monster?
I'm saying if you did.
But why would you? Is what I'm saying.
Why would who?
Why would you pull a
Well,
prank?
there's a bozo like you in every crowd.
Thanks. And he organized a hunt for August 11th, and many people appeared to assist in hunting the supposed wolf. A 20-year-old girl named Marie Jean Valet was crossing. You gotta watch those notifications on your computer, man.
What?
You gotta look over those notifications on your computer, man. Was crossing a footbridge with some other woman when the beast attacked. The women all retreated, but Marie stood her ground with a spear. She managed to stab the animal in the chest with the spear, and it fell from the footbridge into the water before disappearing into the forest.
A 20-year-old girl got it.
Yeah.
Talk about embarrassing. Showed up to King's Guard. You can't make that up.
When he heard of this, he hurried to the scene and began to follow the blood trail. A little over a month later, he managed to shoot a greyhound thing that was 5.5 feet long and weighed 130 pounds. King Louis declared an end to the terror, and the people all relaxed.
So it's a wolf again now.
Yeah.
Just plain old wolf. Okay.
Yeah. I want to apologize for the stutter. I spelled a word wrong.
Oh.
Everything seemed to be over for the tortured people, but 2 months later there was an attack on a 6-year-old boy and his 12-year-old brother. The older boy managed to save his brother by fighting the creature, yet by the end of that month, there were over a dozen more dead. The attacks just continued.
This is like a true life horror movie, you know it? Just can't kill this werewolf. He won't stay dead.
Like a slasher villain.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Kind of makes you wonder how many of those slasher films are based on true stories, you know?
Oh, all of them, I'm sure.
The king refused to publish any more attacks because he just wanted to believe that the animal was dead. Then in March of 1766, the attacks grew in numbers. The beast survived attempts to poison it. The animal seemed more cautious than before and only attacked lone individuals, like it learned from its mistakes.
You know, old King Louis, he sounds like any other politician, if you think about it. Remember the mayor in Jaws? Nope, we ain't got no shark problem here. We done killed it.
Maybe the shark from Jaws was based on this animal.
Maybe.
There was a long pause in attacks, and in early 1767, they resumed. It killed 19-year-old Gianna Bastide. Then on June 19th, 1767, a hunt was organized, and a local hunter named Jean Chastel shot the Beast of Gevaudan. Gevaudan. The body was loaded in a wagon and carried to a doctor named Boulanger, who wrote a report calling the animal
You
wolf.
wouldn't make a good Frenchman. Boulanger, what did he say?
Who wrote a report called the animal wolf-like. In truth, he had no idea what this beast was.
He knew it was dead, right? Did they poke it with a stick to make sure? When I'm hunting and I shoot something, I always poke it with a stick.
No, you don't.
Make sure it's dead first. My old hunting buddy, Gomer Wallace, he picked up a squirrel once that suddenly came to life. It looked like he was in a wrestling match with a weed eater. True story happened. He threw it down and shot it.
Did he get rabies?
No, he didn't get rabies. He didn't get bit, but he was handling it really fast.
The animal was then
I didn't know who was winning for a minute.
The animal was then stuffed, but the taxidermist did a poor job and the trophy smelled horrible. It was taken to King Louis, but he refused to view such a smelly thing. By the end of summer, all the hair had fallen out of the hide and the smell had only increased. It was ordered for the trophy to be buried.
Typical politician. We've killed the strangest animal in the world, but it smells. Go bury it in the yard before it stinks up the place.
Okay. There were no more attacks by wolves or any other wolf-like animals after the death of the Beast of Gevaudan. Can you say it again?
Gevaudan.
Gevaudan. Over the 3-year period covering the attacks, the creature attacked 210 times, killed 113 people, and wounded 49 more. At least 98 of the people killed were eaten or partially eaten.
So it killed over 100 people.
Yeah.
You know, King Louis XV just dug a hole and threw it away.
Yep.
Now, what a shame. Now we'll never know what it was.
Well, we know that it was...
Wolf-like.
Yeah. Which, I don't have an image of it for you, but I will say, it doesn't look very wolf-like in the images I've seen. It's not like an official
Well, these
image.
people,
It's drawings. Sketches. Stuff like that.
if it's an out-of-place animal, these people would just have to compare it to whatever they think.
Yeah. It looks more like a hyena, but bigger and
Huh?
scarier looking. Like a hyena, but scarier and bigger and bloodier. I can show you a picture on discussion time if you'd like to see it.
Okay.
The final report on that creature stated that it seemed like a wolf, but not like any wolf that had ever been seen in France. Now, the best held theory on this creature today says the creature was anything between a wolf-dog hybrid, or maybe even a lion. The best theory put forth entertains the idea that someone captured a striped hyena in Africa and it managed to escape into France. The description best matched a striped hyena, plus that thing I'm about to show you. This would also explain why experts at the time believed it was a wolf, but I'm going to be real with you.
You know, I don't know what you know about this, but there's 4 kinds of hyenas. Did you know that? I used to think it was just one hyena, but there's 4 hyenas.
Okay, I know that.
The most common is the spotted hyena. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's the one you always see on TV, documentaries.
Okay,
But the striped hyena,
you don't have to...
did you know striped hyenas, they're kind of strange. They live all the way over in India.
Okay.
They
I
got
don't
this
think you need to
tufts of
explain
hair
all-
on their back, a mane that stands up
Dude,
when they're scared. It makes them look like they're twice
really
as big.
don't-
If you'll listen, I'm trying to teach something. Twice as big as they really are. The brown hyena lives in South Africa, and then you got the aardwolf, which is actually a hyena. Pound for pound, did you know a hyena has the strongest bite force of any animal in the world?
Did you
They can
memorize all
chew-
this?
No, I watch TV. They can chew up
It's TV.
elephant bones. And did you know hyenas don't belong to a dog, to the canine or feline group? They're their own animal. They're nothing like nothing else. And not just that, but did you know that the female hyena has a penis?
Okay. I knew where you were going with that. We're not going there. We're not doing that. Can I
I'm
just...
just trying to educate you.
What did you just go... I'm going to show you a picture. My phone's at 6%, but I'm going to show you a picture.
6%. What'd you say?
What is it called again?
What are you doing over there?
I'm finding an image for the thing for you. It's called the Beast of...
Gevaudan.
Oh, yeah. Beast of... Say it again.
Gevaudan.
Gevaudan. How do you spell that? I found it. Nope, that's not the picture I'm looking for. Can you say it again, please?
Gevaudan. G-E-V something. I said you had it wrote down on that piece of paper.
I lost the paper.
Already?
Gevaudan.
You just had it in your hand.
Gevaudan. Oh,
What have you found there? Let me see it.
a picture of the creature. Can you give me 5 seconds to find it?
Yeah. That's a hyena.
But bigger. Scarier.
How can you tell? That's a cartoon somebody drew. But it looks like a hyena.
Here's another idea of what it looks like. I just found this on Google Images.
What in the world is that?
The Beast of Gevaudan.
Right.
Oh, Gevaudan.
That looks like
learning.
That looks like a chunk of work and taxidermist done got a hold of 2 or 3 different animals.
Ooh, this image is pretty scary.
Yeah.
It's of the Beast of Gevaudan eating 2 women, or a woman.
I
It's a
bet
drawing.
it's a hyena. Somebody.
You ever seen a hyena that big?
Well, these people were small back then.
That's not.
Hyenas are not small animals.
They're not giant either.
Huh?
They're not giant. They're not the
How
size.
big is a hyena?
I'm gonna look that up. Hang on.
How tall is it to his shoulder?
How big is a hyena? I can tell you how much it weighs. It just doesn't say how
How
tall
much?
it is. 37 to 59 inches in length. Doesn't help.
59 inches in length.
Yeah.
So he's 5 foot long. He's as big as a wolf.
3 foot tall. That's.
He's the same size as a wolf. That's that tall.
But he's not big boy. Like that thing's big. That thing's bigger than a human.
What?
In the descriptions, it says it's bigger than a human.
How did a 12-year-old boy fight it off if it's that big?
Like you ever?
And that girl whooped it. Oh no, she killed a wolf. They said
it didn't sense fear. That's what animals feed off of. You know that, like how like people say that animals can sense fear.
Well, if it looked like them pictures, it's a hyena.
But bigger. I'm just saying, you can't just write it off as a hyena and call it a day. That thing was huge, and it killed people so much. Why would a hyena need to do that?
But do you realize that people are not the same size today as they were back then?
So what, they were 3 foot tall back then?
Pretty much. In the Civil War, just 150 years ago, a tall man was 5'7" and weighed 110 pounds.
What happened to us?
They put steroids in the chicken to make them grow faster, and we eat it.
Oh.
Now everybody's 9 foot tall, 500 pounds, because they eating all that garbage.
Okay, but hear me out.
Okay, I'm here.
That was a big hyena.
Have you ever seen General Adams' coat?
What?
John Adams, a Confederate Brigadier General.
I get it.
His coat,
he was small.
His chest was that big around.
Okay, I get it. He was a small guy.
He could have got inside a basketball.
They were.
He could have cut 2 holes in a neck hole and wore a basketball for a shirt.
Okay, hear me out though.
What?
The hyena was bigger than the usual hyena.
I'm gonna give you a good score on this because it could be a hyena.
That doesn't mean I convinced you as a cryptid.
Well, it's an out of place animal.
Which is weird.
So these people don't know what they're looking at, and all they can do. I mean, if you'd never seen a hyena before, but you'd seen a wolf, and you see this thing come attack somebody, you're like, it's wolf-like, but it's not a wolf, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody went to Africa and trapped one of these and was going to bring it back, of course, they didn't have zoos and stuff, but they, carry stuff around, show it off, and this thing got loose somehow. He don't know how to survive in Europe. He's all by himself. He ain't got his whole clan with him. And so he feeds on the easiest thing there. People. Got to do what you got to do, right?
But what if?
What if what? I'm not going to say he's got other scientists. No.
I wasn't going to say that.
He's some kind of animal.
I was going to say, hear me out. What if, being in a new environment, he had to adapt, so he got bigger. And then he got bigger and got more muscles.
I don't care what size he is.
He evolved into being a better animal.
No,
and it killed him.
No.
He evolved.
No, there's no such thing.
Darwin said.
Darwin said a lot of stuff.
Darwin said.
Darwin was and you know what? Darwin. Yeah, I can't even say his name. You got me so right. Darwin. Him and old Richard Dawkins, whatever his name is. Yeah, him. That's 2 of the dumbest scientists ever born.
Show some respect on their name.
Einstein said evolution's a joke.
Einstein
said it in his book.
Einstein didn't even know evolution was a thing. Probably.
Yeah, he did.
When was evolution created?
Darwin come up with evolution in 1840 or 50.
Did Darwin know Einstein?
No, he died before Einstein was born.
That's true.
Einstein said evolution's a bunch of claptrap and nonsense. I read it right there in his book.
Well,
It's called Einstein by Einstein.
What did Einstein say about the hyena thing?
Huh?
Well, did Einstein comment on the hyena
He said the female hyena has a penis.
I don't care what the female hyena has.
He said it.
How does that... Okay, like, I'm not saying go further into it, but how does that work?
It ain't a real penis. It's got a monkey like a woman, but it's hanging out.
But, like, why?
It's like this old boy, Wesley. He had this little girl. This guy he used to go to church with.
Uh-huh.
He come home from work, and his little girl was like 3 years old. And he don't know, he thought she was in bed, so he goes, takes a shower, just falls on the bed, passes out. And the first thing he hears, his little girl comes in the room and goes, "Mama, Daddy's monkey's hanging out."
Okay, that's not what, that did not have any that did not answer.
Well, that's what a hyena does.
Okay, anyways, I think we should end the story there before we get into territory we shouldn't.
But I got to say something about Einstein.
Of course you do.
No, see, you're saying Darwin and Richard Hawkins, or whoever you said his name was, they all say there's no God and we evolved out of this mud hole. And all this happened. You know what Einstein said in his book?
What did Einstein say?
He said there is no way possible this earth happened, the universe happened by accident. It's too perfect. It's too much order to it, and somebody created it. But you know what he said? He said, I'm not going to say whose God did it, but somebody did it.
But can I say this?
What?
And I know this is a very deep conversation you're starting, and you're opening up a huge can of worms. And I'm going to be just as serious as you for a second.
I can prove it.
No, listen. If there's a God, he created that hyena as a punishment. So that means every cryptid on Earth was created by a God to punish us. Which means every single cryptid
ain't one punished you yet.
I ever showed you has been created by whatever God in order to punish us all. Einstein said that.
No, he didn't.
He could have.
He did.
How do you know I didn't read his book?
Okay, that's it. We're done.
How do you know I didn't read his book?
You didn't read his book.
I could have.
Cause it wasn't written with a crayon.
Stop the episode. What was my score? You never even gave a score.
Well, until you
just started talking about religion.
When you got off on Darwin, I ain't talking about religion. I'm talking about science.
You started giving everybody your religious beliefs.
Einstein
We
said
want to
it's
know if you believe in the hyena.
scientifically-
We don't care what Einstein said. We
He
want to
said
hear
it's scientifically proven that God made everything.
what the redhead sitting on this chair right here said. That's what we want to know. We don't care about Einstein.
Before you brought Darwin into
We
this,
wanted-
you was going to get a 6.5. But you brought Darwin in it, and that dropped it way down there.
Darwin's book said that hyena was real. Would that convince you?
Darwin.
If Einstein said that
If Einstein said it's real, you get a 10, but he didn't.
he could have.
And Darwin says it's real, you get a 1.
Did Einstein believe in hyenas?
Yeah. He had a pet hyena. He had a pet monkey that rode it
Hold
around
on.
the house.
Hang on. Einstein views on cryptids. We're gonna solve this.
I already read the book. You can't tell me nothing I ain't already read.
Einstein did seem to believe in supernatural intelligence.
Told you.
So I'm right. Einstein did seem to believe in supernatural.
God.
Oh.
You dummy. See, I told you I read his book. You just keep proving me right more and more again. See, one of these days you're going to listen to old Pop. You're going to realize he's smarter than you think he is.
Einstein doesn't know what he's talking about. Unlike us. The truth seekers.
I'm going to give this Beast of, what you call it earlier, Gevaudan.
Can you try it again?
Gevaudan.
I threw my script down.
Gevaudan.
Gevaudan.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5. But I think it was probably some kind of out of place animal. And they didn't know what it was. But
If you average all of them that I got,
TNT out.